Hello, friends and neighbors, and welcome to episode 22 of Ray and Benny Talk Sports. We're about to drop the big deuce. That doesn't sound good. Anyways, we're here at the underground recording studio. I should have thought that one out better. Near the former site of Skinner's Water Park. Wow. Producer Grimey got to the front door. I'm not going to get through this intro. And of course, we have the man who spent a whole summer chasing away bears. Benny, how you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. That was quite the fun summer doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you survived though.
Yeah, I survived. I sat in a car the whole time. You know?
That's a good way to fight off bears.
Blaring a horn. Although, I did get to shoot a gun to scare a bear away one time, so that was kind of cool. But
is there a bullet in that gun, or was like just an empty round, or what was that about?
No, I guess there was. I don't even know. I'm not even sure. I didn't load it.
Hey, son, here's this gun. Just shoot it off when you see a bear.
Could have been a bullet shooting into the bush. I don't know.
Oh, right.
Can't even remember. Too long ago.
Right on, Peace Officer Benny. Don't forget, friends and neighbors, to smash that subscribe button. Leave a like. Drop a comment. Tell us what you think. Benny, where can they find us on social media, bro?
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Ray Benny Sports. Look us up.
Look us up, bro. Let's get started. We got some NHL action to talk about. Baseball, MLB, avoiding a strike with some new rules. We'll look at that. We got Benny's Brickhead of the week. We have Eat Your Hot Dog. And of course, NFL free agency is in full swing. That QB carousel is going. And of course, the big announcement of an unretirement. We'll get to all of that, but let's start off with our Winnipeg Jets, who are currently playing the Vegas Knights. What's the score on that one, brother?
Dude, it is 7-3 for the Winnipeg Jets.
Looking good.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game for them to do that. I just got to start this off. So the Jets started this game off with 13 minutes without a shot. Finally got their first shot, and of course, they got the Bronx cheer from the crowd, fake whatever. After that, the Jets did end up scoring 2 goals. Blake Wheeler scored one of them, so hey, maybe it got him going. But the funny thing was Blake Wheeler in the intermission talking to Sarah Oleski, saying the Bronx cheer pissed off the team. It's like, dude, how hurt are your feelings that this Bronx cheer? Like, the crowd is going to get frustrated. You're in this game. You're trying to make the playoffs, but yet you didn't show up for 13 minutes. So
what do you expect? How
do you blame the crowd for being frustrated watching this game? So I don't know. Sometimes with Wheeler, man, if he's up to the captain challenge or what, or if he just takes things too sensitive,
personal,
too personal. That's man. It. Yes, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. We've talked about this leadership in this particular locker room, especially after your boy Pomo, my boy Pomo left.
Yeah, your boy.
And there seems to be just a void in that dressing room, especially after you have Big Buff who left. They just seem like a rudderless ship, brother.
Yeah, it is, and you are wondering more and more with Buff leaving if he was the real leader in that locker room or not. I mean, he always to us he seemed like a quiet guy. He showed on the ice. Like, he was a leader on the ice with his hits, his goals, his rushes, whatever. So maybe he wasn't the most vocal leader in the locker room. Maybe there was other guys there. Maybe Ladd was better at this, but Wheeler seems to have a tough time with it sometimes. And he doesn't like criticism. And you're a captain. Your team is struggling. Mm-hmm. It's going to get criticized.
Yeah. That's one reason why I'd like to see them move on from Wheeler. I think he's not worn out his welcome. It's just, I don't know if he's not up for it, if COVID's really taking a toll on the guy, if he's just getting older, but it seems to be, we need a new leader.
Yeah.
And if I had a vote, PLD would be that new leader.
He may end up being, depending on what that contract, if they can work out a contract this summer for him, but I agree. Wheeler's he's got one more year, right? At $8 million a year.
Yeah.
Man, he's done obviously some great things for the team over the years.
Absolutely.
For sure. Like, his play on the ice has always been top notch. Yeah.
Greatest Jet ever.
Yeah. Last couple seasons have kind of been rough, for playing a whole season wise compared to what he was 2-3 seasons ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, his leadership abilities and his talking to the media and taking things personally has always been a problem with him. But hey, they're winning. They're winning the game tonight. They had a decent week.
Kind of.
They had a decent week this week, beating Tampa, beating New Jersey, even though they really got outplayed and it looked like Comrie was the guy that saved them in that one.
Yeah.
They looked lifeless against the Islanders, and then they came up big with a big win over St. Louis the other night in overtime, which they almost blew again, another lead late in that game. So
yeah, well, since we last met, they've gone 3-3.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a playoff team.
No.
I'm sorry. I get it. They're on the bubble, and wow, they've beaten Vegas. But come on, let's be realistic here. Or I'm going to be realistic here. This team can never get into momentum or get into some kind of consistent winning, and they just look lost most of the time. Once in a while, they'll have a good game, bro. But
like tonight, and I don't know if Brossoit was in net. He didn't have the greatest game either. So only 14 shots, and they had 4 goals on Brossoit, I think. So yeah, they can't seem to string together more than 2 decent games.
No.
Even that winning over Tampa, the win over New Jersey, they weren't great, right? Then they came in, and then the Islanders, they were terrible. But let's see here. Now they've gotten 2 wins in a row. Can they get a third one? Can they finally start to? They were never in a position to lose every third game. That's not going to help them make the playoffs. They need to win more. This does get them closer to Vegas, within 2 points of Vegas if they win this game.
Big swing game.
Yeah, but Dallas still has 3 games in hand, and I think is still ahead of the Jets and only 1 back of Vegas. So they got a lot of work to do. Dallas lost tonight, so that helps, but they got a lot of work to do, and they got to get that consistency to get going. And you know what? Yeah. They got Vegas tonight, then they got Boston, Chicago, and then Vegas again next week. So that Boston game is going to be a good test because Boston has been rolling pretty good.
Yeah, you talk about they got work to do. What work are they going to do, though, bro? Like, we're this late in the season and they still haven't found an identity. I don't understand what's going on, man. They have no coach. Well, they do have a coach, but he doesn't seem to have any kind of direction. We've already talked about the lack of leadership in the dressing room. Hellebuck has probably been playing his worst year in the last 2-3 years. So I think some of that criticism that he is getting is warranted. I don't know about you. So I don't have as much optimism as you, brother. I think it's beyond the work that needs to be done.
Let's hold on a second. I don't have much optimism that they actually make it either. Mm-hmm. And if they do, they're going to get bounced pretty quickly by Colorado if they end up facing them. So they're in the race. Let's give them that. They'll make it interesting. The only thing is it kind of messes up with the trade deadline coming up on Monday. Mm-hmm. What do? Do you stand pat? Do you hang on to Andrew Kopp? Do you hang on to Paul Stastny? Anyone else, right? It just stops you from making those moves, which trading Kopp or Stastny probably gets you at least maybe a first, probably a second for sure out of one of them, maybe a prospect out of them. But right now, then they're in limbo. They're just chasing.
How are they looking
last.
Tonight without Kopp?
Hey, not bad. Really? I guess they're up 7-3. So yeah, like you mentioned when we were talking earlier this week, Perfetti can definitely step into either one of those roles of Kopp or Stastny. So losing them wouldn't be a bad thing because Perfetti has definitely stepped up. I just don't know how long he's out for, right?
He's on that long term. He's on that long-term list.
So it makes it harder. Like St. Louis traded Stastny to Winnipeg there a few seasons ago when St. Louis were still either battling or they were in a playoff spot, and they still ended up making it. Yeah. But, they ended up not getting very far, but they made the playoffs. They got bounced. Stastny probably wouldn't have made a difference for them winning a series, any further anyways. So, but they got a first rounder out of it, right?
Jets can definitely hurt?
Jets can do the same thing. Pardon me?
Is Gustafsson hurt?
Yeah, he's still out. Jeez. No. Sorry, he's back. He's back in the Moose. He's back in the Moose.
Yeah, trade Stastny, play the guy already. Let's put the young guy in. Yeah. Now I'm at the point where I'm ready to see what we have with the young guys.
Oh, now you're there. Now you're there.
Sure, bro, because we're on the bubble and we have no momentum. Why not put the young guys in?
I've been there
when we're
all
fighting,
season long, man. It should have been all season with some of these guys.
In certain ways, when COVID hit, but not all the time. I think now when you're pretty much out of it and you obviously need some kind of lift, put the young guys in now, especially when the trade deadline is. See what you can get for Stastny already.
The only problem with
hold on to this guy, not make a deep run and get nothing for him at the end of the year. Come on, give me a break. Yeah, bro. I'm zero optimism.
I would I would at least look to move one of those guys, Cop or Stasny, whatever you're getting the better offer for.
Yeah,
definitely. Take one of those, and then you go, okay, the other one's our rental kind of guy that hopefully we can get into playoffs and make some noise. But are you hanging on to both of them? Not a good idea.
And why? Explain to me. Yes, once in a while they look great together, but why is Scheifele and Wheeler together all the time, bro?
Where are they going to go?
What are they offering here? Like, split them up, split the talent that you have up, so you can have more lines. Or like, I'm at a loss, bro.
Who are you putting on the third line? You'd have to drop Wheeler to the third line, right?
Bro, I was calling for Wheeler on the fourth line 2 months ago.
So who are you putting him with? Lowry still in center?
Why not?
And then what? Who goes up top line? Cop?
Sure. Cop, when he comes back.
But there's still Stasny there, right?
Yeah.
So you almost need, if Perfetti was back, that would be a probably decent top line with Scheif, Perfetti, and Cop, something like that. Or, your boy Svechnikov.
Svechnikov on the front. There we go. We said it at the same time. Put him in.
Like, dude's, half the time he's in the doghouse.
Yeah, I know. He got that 10-minute major, and then he didn't see the ice for the rest of the game, pretty much.
Yeah. I got to go back to Hellebuck here for a bit. And how you mentioned, yes, he deserves some criticism. He hasn't been his top notch that he has been for the last few years. Mm-hmm. He's carried this team, obviously, for years, right? And the team still isn't helping him out all that great. He's still he's faced 80 more shots than the next goalie below him. Saros from Nashville, and I think he's played one game less. So okay, I'll give 20 shots there, 25 shots, but he's still almost 60 shots that he's faced more than the next guy. So they're still giving up quite a bit of shots. So if he can get it rolling, maybe they got a chance to get to the playoffs, but probably not further than that. I'd be good with seeing what Comrie can do here and there. Maybe give him a couple games in a row, not back-to-backs or anything, but give him a couple. He's done well so far this year.
Yeah, once you're mathematically out, just let him play already.
Yeah.
Just let him play.
You got nothing to lose at that point. So, but to me, I'm excited, about that Connor, Dubois, Ehlers line. It's looked pretty good.
That's a great line.
It's funny because Perfetti was there, Ehlers, and Svechnikov. And all three of those players with the Dubois and Connor have looked pretty good together. It's funny how good everyone come into that line and they all look like superstars.
Yeah. Oh, well, look, Connor and PLD together. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing right there. It's going to open up whoever's on the wing there. So
yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
My energy's at zero for the Jets, bro. I'm sorry. I can't buy in. I want to move on. Let's talk about the trade deadline that the Jets are probably not going to participate in. Absolutely ridiculous. We're going to try something called, remember those books, Choose Your Own Adventure?
Oh, yeah. Those things are fantastic. I think they got a new name for them now. My kids have them, but I can't remember. Yeah.
There's a new name?
They don't call them Choose Your Own Venture.
Why not? That's a great name.
Yeah, I can't remember what they call them now. They always say these books, and I'm like, that sounds like a Choose Your Own Adventure. And they're like, what?
Yeah. Whenever they had those month to read or read month, that's all I read.
Yeah.
I'll put that on the list. You give them the list. They're like, oh, you can't. Oh, too late. Sorry, the month is over, lady. I done read my books already. Choose Your Own Adventure. Anyways, we're going to do a segment based on Choose Your Own Adventure. We're going to look at 4 players: Marc-Andre Fleury, Ben Sherratt, PK Subban, and Claude Giroux. And we're going to choose their adventure as to what team they should go on if they had a choice. So, brother, let's start with Marc-Andre Fleury. Where should he go if he had the choice?
I think he does have a choice. Like, he is in control mainly of where he can go, basically, because he has a no move contract or a clause there, right?
Yeah.
Like listen, most of the teams that are in the playoffs are pretty set at goalie, right? The two that always stick out to me are, of course, the Toronto Maple Leafs right now and the Edmonton Oilers. Actually, at Vegas would actually be a big one for me as well right now with Robin Lehner hurt. So if I was Mark, I think you got your best chance probably to win would be in Toronto.
They are who we think they are, man. But I get it.
It's like a flip of a coin with them and the Oilers, right? The Oilers, I still don't think. I think the Oilers have less pieces than the Leafs, So that's why I'd say Fleury to go. But I don't know. The guy probably doesn't want to go there and get blamed for when things go bad anyways.
I'll go with Marc-Andre Fleury going to Edmonton because the path of least resistance goes through the Pacific Division in the playoffs. So I think he'd be better off in Edmonton.
I know those Flames are looking pretty good.
Yeah, they are pretty good. Markstrom has like 12 shutouts this year or something like that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Crazy.
Let's go to Ben Sherratt, your favorite Winnipeg Jet defenseman of all time. Where are we going to put him? Where's he going to go? Where do you think he should go?
That dude should just probably stay in Montreal. I don't know. I don't know enough teams that are defenseman needy. Again, you go back to the Leafs. They could probably use that toughness back there. You know, we saw the one good thing that Sherratt was always good is that had that toughness. And you saw him in that Montreal playoff run last year. He was just a pain in the ass, right?
Yeah.
Like he would just beat guys after the whistle, cross check like crazy. So I mean, I don't have a specific team for him. I couldn't figure out which one would be the best for him. But any team that's in need of a top four defenseman, I mean, or bottom four defenseman, I guess. I don't know where to
middle
put Sherratt.
of the line defenseman, maybe
middle to fifth to sixth to seventh. I don't know.
Yeah. I guess I think of Sherratt a little more highly than you do, although he probably does owe Buffalo a couple million.
Oh yeah,
playing with him. But I'm going to say Ben Sherratt go to Boston.
Yeah,
the thing about the way he plays kind of fits the style of the Boston Bruins, and not just this team, but just the culture of being a Boston Bruin and being tough, like you said, and a gritty defender. I think he'd do well.
Yeah,
I think he'd help them out in the playoffs. Let's talk about another defenseman, PK Subban. I have him going to the Florida Panthers. I think his style would complement them very well. Definitely not as a top two defenseman, but just to open up the ice and give him a little more options, maybe on the power play. I have PK going to the Panthers. Who do you got PK going to, brother?
It's funny because that's one of the ones I was thinking. I was thinking more of an offensive team that can use him on the back end. I know he's not the same player as he was a few seasons ago, but I think if he was that bit player and not relied on to play 20, 25 minutes, he can add probably to the power play, or even if you put him with a better defenseman and let him go and do his offense and let that guy play more of a defensive game. I would probably go, if not the Panthers, then maybe the Lightning. You know, maybe put him up with Victor Hedman here and there. I know you don't probably want him playing 20, 25 minutes, but Hedman defensively could definitely help out Subban. But I would stick somewhere offensively for him.
Somewhere in Florida.
Yeah.
Right on. How about your boy from the Philadelphia Flyers, Claude Giroux? Where are you sending him, man?
I'm sending him to Colorado. Get him that cup. You know, that's most of the rumors have been with Colorado.
Yeah.
He's still bringing it this year, Claude Giroux, man. And it's sad that he couldn't, don't even get me started on the Flyers and what they've done over the years and how terrible they've been. And
it's not sad.
Now signing Ritzelainen there for 5 more years. Like, good God, this is what you fired Hextall for? But I'd like to see Giroux win, man. I'd send him to Colorado.
Yeah, if I was Claude Giroux, I agree. I'd want to go to Colorado. That's a team that's ready to make a deep run, and he can definitely help second or third line. And it'd probably be a destination you'd want to go to. They're set for a good 2-3 years, bro.
Yeah.
This is not a 1-year thing with Colorado, so I agree with you. Claude Giroux to Colorado. Let's touch on. So that was Choose Your Own Adventure. We'll revisit that segment another time. Yeah. Let's hit some NHL quick hits. Give me your thoughts on Austin Matthews and his 2-game suspension and that ridiculous cross-check on Dahlin's head. You believe that, man? That's a cross-check on another human being's head.
Yeah. I mean, they're going back and forth. Keep the cross-checks to the arm, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Everything's fine. It's like, it is what it is. But yeah, that was a terrible cross-check to his head, neck area. And like, if you just look at it, his head's just like this, like Dahlin's head after he gets hit. It's weird the way it looks. So yeah, 2 games. It could have been probably a little bit more, but I don't think Matthews has ever been suspended. So I'm actually probably okay with the 2 games. But it was terrible. You know, it was a terrible hit, and it's just losing your composure and probably being upset that you're losing to Buffalo in a game like this that, and they're reeling.
4 straight goals they let go, and that's what happened. I think it's stupid. 2 games, that's not enough. When you use your stick to cross-check someone in the head, I don't care what your past is. You're attacking someone's head.
Yeah.
That makes no sense, man.
That's true.
Like, are you telling me just because someone had a history and they do something little tiny, you're going to give them 6 games like they did to Brad Marchand? And now they give this guy what? What did he do?
Brad Marchand deserves everything he gets,
bro.
man.
For that though,
good God,
the goalie on the head. Give me a break. And
he
this
punched the goalie in the head.
Rewatch it, man. He did not punch him. He touched him on the head. Watch it again. That's barely
a punch. He just did a
Have
nice
you ever seen a punch in the NHL, man?
Did he just go like this to him? No. He went up to him and did one of these.
Oh, I got shot in the face with a gun. Get out of here, man. Grow up. And that's what you get for talking trash to Marchand.
Dude, when you say grow up, you should be talking to Marchand finally to grow up, man.
It's
At some point,
you're in the crease. If you want to engage
it
with
was
Marchand,
after the whistle.
But he engaged with Marchand after the whistle. If you want to engage, then engage and take it. But that's not a 6 game.
But why is Marchand going
that's
behind?
Not a 6
why is
game.
Marchand going behind him and hitting him? Why not hit him straight up? Why not get into his face?
If you hit him straight up, you still think that is worse than cross-checking a guy in the head with a stick?
If they were face-to-face and Marchand threw a punch, hey, not horrible. But the fact that he went behind them when the goalie's down, covering the puck or whatever it was.
It was a tap. Give me a break. He tapped him on the head. The stick to the face was more. If you mentioned stick first, then I'd be on it. But
please,
give me a break.
You know what? Listeners, tell us, was it a tap or not?
Yeah,
leave the comments. Let us know.
You've seen a punch in the head. Look at other punches in the head in the NHL. That's 6 games, and this guy takes a stick and goes like this to someone's head, and that's 2 games.
Let's not forget Marchand's been the most suspended player in the NHL probably in history. It doesn't
matter. This is a stick to the head.
Anything he does,
stick to the head.
Hey, Buff cross-checked some guy in the ice a couple seasons ago only, and cross-checked the guy's head into the ice. Can't remember who. Someone from the Rangers. He only got 2 games for that.
And that's ridiculous.
It is.
The way they punish these players is absolutely stupid. It's nonsensical.
I will agree with you on that. It is terrible. It's like a spinning wheel. It's like, okay, what it is. Just a fine.
Fortune.
Yeah, just a fine today.
Give me a break. Let's stream through this MLB rule changes. None of them, by the way, which were taken off our suggestions. They've changed pitch clock, DH, and bigger bases. You gonna watch more baseball games with that, bro?
Well, now that you told me they're adding bigger bases, I'm in.
Are you?
Yeah. It's like the CFL. What was their slogan? Well, how many years ago? Our balls are bigger.
Our bases are bigger. What a joke!
Wow.
And like it's funny. They're like, oh, we want to have bigger bases because it reduces injuries, and at the same time, they want to increase more baseline action.
Yeah.
So that the instances that it happens are going to increase chances for injury. So
is that something the players ask for? Bigger bases?
I believe so.
That was their concession. It's like, Kate, give us bigger bases and we're in.
I guess so. That pitch clock I do like, though. The pitch clock I do like. Let's get this game going. And also the DH for both leagues. Who wants to watch a pitcher hit?
That's kind of interesting sometimes, but yeah, no.
Go ahead, bro.
To me, again, like you said, none of these rule changes are going to add anything for me to go start watching baseball regularly. Yeah. So, yeah, but pitch clock is good for sure. Keep the game rolling
in the right direction.
Yeah. Keep the game rolling so that people don't get uninterested. And you know what? You might end up getting a few more people who may watch a game knowing, hey, thing's not going to last me 3+ hours or whatever to watch, right?
Yeah, not us.
No,
not us.
No.
You know
Wake
what?
me up in September.
Yeah, exactly. All-Star break, here I am.
Yeah.
They got to get rid of the extra innings, bro. I really wanted to see, I know it will never happen, but like a home run derby to win the game. I would love to see that, bro. Like, why are you putting us through more innings of torture?
Yeah.
Get out of here. Anyways.
Yeah, who wants to watch a regular season game go 25 innings? Like,
isn't that unnecessary?
That is very unnecessary.
Just home run derby, finish it off like the shootout, la la la. It's great.
Yeah. Exactly.
So that's our baseball talk for the week.
Yeah, good enough.
Let's move on to the NFL. Crazy news. Your boy, Tom Brady, unretired.
Yeah, except he's not coming to San Francisco, so I don't know what happened there. So
he wants to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he would have won it in San Francisco.
Oh boy,
he could have won
it in Pittsburgh too, right?
Well, he could have possibly. Yeah, dude, that guy can win anywhere.
Hey, you know what? Did you notice that the Super Bowl odds when he wasn't on the team were 28.5-1, and they dropped to 7-1. Isn't that must be like the biggest drop in odds ever?
That's crazy.
So
dude could have gone anywhere, but maybe minus Detroit and probably won a Super Bowl, man. Like he just, I don't know, man. He just brings
Cleveland?
it wherever he's going. Hey,
Cleveland.
I don't know. Cleveland too, man. I don't think so.
Cleveland. We love you, Cleveland fans. But,
we do. We do.
It's something about the organization.
Yeah, there's always a black cloud just hanging over their heads.
Yes.
It's like it's the guy from Peanuts there. What the hell is his name that always had that cloud?
Not over Linus. Linus had the blanket.
Pigpen, was he? Did he have the thing?
Oh, the cloud of dirt.
The cloud of dirt. Or wasn't there one cartoon character who always had a rain cloud on their head no matter where they went? With a little
piece of lightning coming? Maybe.
Yeah, something like that, maybe.
Even the Cleveland Browns, what's his name? They had a cloud of stink always around them. It's ridiculous. Yeah. But anyways, enough about Cleveland.
The best thing about Cleveland, too, is apparently looking into Deshaun Watson. That's got to help Baker Mayfield.
Why would he want to go to Cleveland? You can go to Carolina, New Orleans, Atlanta. You go pick Cleveland?
Yeah, no.
Give me a break. Let's talk about this QB carousel, because since last we met, a lot of actions happened. Russell Wilson is now in Denver. We've talked about Deshaun Watson.
See you later, buddy. Out of the NFC West.
You ain't gonna miss him?
Nope.
Yeah, you gotta deal with Drew Lock though.
Oh shit.
You gotta deal with Drew Lock.
The only thing with Wilson to me though is his O-line wasn't great, but he has not looked all that great for a full season for the last couple seasons. Russell Wilson. Yeah. He started off strong and then he's tapered off. Even last season, he didn't look good at all, really, for the most part. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if he's going downhill. We'll find out here in Denver this year. But if he was actually getting worse, I wouldn't have minded him staying in the NFC West for a while then.
Yeah, well, they lost their defense, of course. Once the Legion of Boom was gone, they weren't as troublesome. And, of course, they didn't have a running game.
Yeah.
That's going to hurt you as a quarterback when you have to depend on your arm, no matter how good you are, unless your name is Aaron Rodgers, and we'll get to Karen in a second.
But that's what he wanted.
Denver, I like that.
Let Russ cook, or whatever the heck the slogan was 2 years ago, or that he trademarked. And then he burnt the kitchen down after that. So
he also had no O-line. So
well, he's never had an O-line. That's a funny thing.
He has no utensils to cook with.
There you go.
So let's talk about your boy Karen Rodgers, who's staying in the Packers for some huge money. Good for him. Kind of bad for the Packers, maybe.
Yeah,
Adams still needs to be signed, bro.
Yeah, it's a 3-year extension, 150 total, but I think the way they structured it leaves a lot of cap space for the next couple of years at least.
40 million in the last year. They've saved all the
So it's kicking it down the can, and you're trying to get one more Super Bowl with Rodgers in there. Yeah. That's the thing. You have the money to sign Devontae. Are they going to actually pay it though? I mean, if you're going to pay Rodgers this because he's your best player, Devontae is your second best player. What are you going to pay him? Right,
especially when Christian Kirk is making 20 million.
Yeah.
What do the Jaguars do? Oh, we'll talk about the Jaguars. Sorry, bro. Let's keep it on Karen Rodgers. That money. So 2 years, he'll have time. He'll have space to get Devontae Adams. You think?
Yeah, they have the room to sign him. It depends how they structure his contract too, because you still got to bring in guys to help that team, right? I don't know, man. Rodgers has gotten to the playoffs. They're 13-3 or 14-3, whatever they are, and then just falters in the playoffs no matter where they're playing. So it's is this going to change now? He's getting older. Tom Brady has kept going and playing at a top level, but guys like Peyton Manning, other guys, they faltered pretty quick. Yeah. So is Rodgers going to be able to keep it up for the next couple of years? Is he still going to be as good this year as he was last year? It's a lot of money. And the funny thing is there was a lot of talk, and even from him, that money wasn't a big factor in it. So I don't know if they did this just so they could get more cap space right now or what, but it's like, did you really need to sign a 3-year, $150 million extension?
They need to make sure. And they need to find someone to replace Jordan Love. Just saying.
Yeah.
He's not the answer. We know that.
Poor Jordan.
Why poor Jordan? He's not good.
He isn't. And that's the thing, though. If Green Bay wasn't dumb, they wouldn't have drafted him in the first round. There were so many good receivers that were there around that, or they could have traded up Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb. Like all those guys were there. Why didn't you trade up to grab one of those guys? Or even, no, AJ Brown wasn't that year. But, you had options. And then you
understand why Karen got mad. You understand why he got mad.
Sure. Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. How about Deshaun Watson? No more legal troubles.
Well,
eyes are blue.
Not totally. I mean, they're still going through stuff. So so he could still face something, or maybe civil cases, maybe more. Yep. But yeah, apparently New Orleans right now is the front runner. Carolina trying, and then you got Atlanta. Cleveland, San Francisco was rumored in there today. I don't know why, but
I ain't thinking about Cleveland. True. When you can go play in Atlanta or New Orleans or Carolina, Cleveland's not really a factor in that, bro.
No, I mean, but the thing is, you get traded to one of these teams knowing that they're giving up 3 first-rounders. So it's like, that's a lot of pressure on you now, knowing that they can't get those guys in the first round. I mean, the Rams have shown you don't really need the first-rounders by winning the Super Bowl, but
yeah,
it's pretty big haul that's going to be taken away. I mean, if you look what Wilson went for, 2 first and 2 second, right? I mean, that's the base of it, plus whatever else. You would think Watson's going to go for more than that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is that at least 3 first now? Is that 3 seconds even? Like, so they're going to get a pretty big haul.
If I'm Watson, I'm going to Carolina. Like, they have a young defense. They have a young offense. They could trade McCaffrey for some more draft picks. So I'd go there, bro.
McCaffrey and
New Orleans has an old defense, and they're up to the cap. So I'd be like, yo, let's go to Carolina. That'd be my thing.
McCaffrey and Watson, or even Watson and Kamara together would be something, I think. Just both, they're both very good running backs, catching the ball and everything. Like, I think there'd be a lot that Watson could do with those guys. So,
but I like Chuba Hubbard in Carolina. I don't mind them trading McCaffrey. And with Carolina, you have a bit of a bigger window than New Orleans. New Orleans, I think your window is like this. Carolina, I think it's like this.
I don't know. I don't know if Hubbard's really the guy yet to be carrying the load by himself, though. Mm-hmm. He did okay last year, not the greatest.
Yeah.
But you would definitely need some help with for him if you get rid of McCaffrey.
For sure. And I think it would be worth the draft picks that you bring in. You bring in a back, well, not a backup, but the secondary running back, someone like Mark Ingram or something like that. Not that he's available, but someone like that. It might open up for Hubbard, and I like Carolina.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
How about Carson Wentz being traded? Who got suckered in that one?
What are the Washington Commanders doing?
Hey, like our boy Uncle Randy said, they're commanding last place.
Yeah. Like, you know what? Okay, so maybe Wentz does okay, gets you to the playoffs or battling all season. I don't know. I mean, the guy had an easy opportunity to get Indy into the playoffs, and he messed that up losing to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
But to send 2 third-round picks and swap your second-round picks for this guy, like, and to take on his full contract, you didn't leave anything there. It didn't make sense, man. And it's just like, you could have got him for a lot cheaper than that.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid.
And to me, and maybe they did offer this deal to the Niners, but I think right now I would take Garoppolo over Wentz, because Wentz just was terrible last year. At least Garoppolo can, I don't know. If you want to count winning as a stat or as a good thing for a QB, he's got that at least, and he's definitely great at handing off the ball to running backs. So,
hey, Trent Dilfer won.
Yeah. Like, Carson Wentz had Jonathan Taylor last year tearing up the league.
Yeah.
And still couldn't get into the playoffs. At least Jimmy got the Niners into the playoffs, but
that's such a Washington move, bro.
It's terrible. I get you need a quarterback, but good God, man. You could have got him for a 6th.
Absolutely. Or you could have not given up anything and got a better quarterback like Mitch Trubisky. But the Steelers got that, bro.
Well, we'll see. Let's not.
He's a great bridge quarterback, man, for the money that they're paying.
Hey, definitely great contract and all that stuff.
I love that. I think he's a great bridge QB with a good ceiling on him. And if he doesn't reach that ceiling, we won't be surprised.
Yeah, it depends. You could have ran with Mason Rudolph and maybe battled for that first overall pick for a couple seasons.
Sorry, Steelers play to win, bro. You're not putting.
You can play to win with Mason.
We're not putting Mason.
It just might not work out.
Get out of here with that trash, man. Let's put Dwayne Haskins in before Rudolph. What a joke that is. But you mentioned Jimmy G, and he's still with the 49ers. And what y'all can bring in, when I say y'all, because that's your team, the asking price is lowering. It's lowering for Jimmy G, y'all. Y'all got to make a deal. Hurry.
Yeah, apparently they were offered a second by Indy, which would have been for next season. I don't know how, I don't know why you wouldn't have taken that if you were. So maybe it's not true, but yeah, there's times where reports are looking good and you get all excited saying, oh, okay, maybe we'll get at least a second. If you could have got those 2/3 from Washington, I would have taken that deal in a second.
Yeah,
for sure, no questions asked. And right now, the biggest thing is you're waiting on Watson. Where does he go? If he goes to New Orleans, that probably works out for the Niners. That not Carolina needs a quarterback, so maybe they get desperate. Knowing what's going on in their division, you got Tom Brady, you got Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
you need a quarterback, right? So maybe they make a move for Jimmy, but right now it's not looking good.
No, they're not. What do you call it? They don't have the advantage, or they don't have the leverage.
Yeah,
in regards to negotiations.
No, they did that teams were needing so many that so many teams were needing quarterbacks, but yeah, it's been slowly dwindling and it's not looking good right now.
Yeah, and
the bad thing is they got to get under the cap by tomorrow as a league. That's when the league year starts or whatever, right? So
they got to give Debo some money, bro.
Oh, they'll give it to him and Bosa. They got time for those deals, but yeah, those guys are going to get paid.
Let's hit that QB carousel. Always in motion. I'm sure we'll talk about the QB carousel more next week. Let's do some quick hits here. Devontae Adams refusing to play on a franchise tag. You gonna stay in Green Bay? They're gonna pay him out, you say?
They're gonna have to, and I don't blame them for not wanting to play on that franchise tag. And like we said, Devontae looks at it and goes, okay, well, if you can pay Rodgers, pay me too, right? We're the two best players on the team. So he's the best wide receiver in the league. He should be paid accordingly. And there's a lot of guys that are now making $20 million. Julio Jones is still making $22 million. So Devontae should be making more than that.
I can see a holdout here.
Oh yeah.
I can see a holdout when they figure this thing out. How about your boy Kirk Cousins getting an extension?
Oh my God, this guy.
Guaranteed. What, 33 million, 35 for Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, he's
Vikings fans.
He's getting 40 mil this year and 30 next year. But yeah, it was a 35 million extension. Dude has made in 9 seasons, he has made almost $230 million. All like guaranteed money. Good, yeah, exactly. Good for him.
For Kirk Cousins.
Good for him, right? For
a guy for a guy that's translate
never
garbage time stats into money.
He's never done anything. Have the Vikings got past the first round of playoffs? Maybe, yeah, they did when they beat the Saints and that. So, but that was it.
That wasn't him though. Wasn't that what's his name?
Oh, that was Case Keenum.
Case Keenum with that huge throw. That's right. Yeah, not even him.
Maybe they did not the miracle one, but I think they beat him maybe 2 seasons later, like a couple seasons ago. I think
you're right.
They beat him again, but yeah. Man, the amount of money this guy has made, he's probably made more than most quarterbacks.
Vikings. Oh my goodness, you're stuck. You're stuck with him. You're stuck with him. You're not going to win a Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins. I'm sorry.
No.
Amari Cooper to the Browns. I don't really care. I don't really care.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
Until they get a quarterback, I don't care.
I don't mind it for the Browns. Is he going to be able to? Because they didn't give up a lot. His contract kind of sucks. It's $20 million, I think, a year for the next 3 years or whatever. Yeah. And then his injury history, like he's always got something. Even if he plays the game, it's like all week, ankle. Okay, he plays. And then the next week, ankle. It's like, oh my God, is this guy going to play or what is he going to do? But playing with Baker, who knows? I mean, Baker couldn't get it going with OBJ, And I liked Landry in Cleveland. He always brought it.
Yeah.
Rough season last year with injuries, but he always brought it.
And they're going to release him?
He's already been released. Yeah.
Stupid. Cleveland? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Khalil Mack traded to the Chargers. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I like that move for the Chargers.
Ooh, Bosa and him?
And you got Derwin James and now J.C. Jackson back there. So they didn't give up very much for him at all. Yeah. So I like that move. Like, why not bolster your D? I mean, look at the offenses that are in that division, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
If Russell Wilson gets back to what he was.
Pass rush?
Yeah, Mahomes, you got,
what's his name?
David Carr is not bad. So
he's great. He's a good quarterback, man. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
We already talked about Mitch Trubisky.
I've never seen people that happy to get Mitch Trubisky before.
Hey, bro, I wanted to see this for at least. Oh, we're gonna beep that out. Maybe not. I'm excited though because I like this quarterback. I like his athleticism. I like his ceiling. But we've already talked about it. Let's move on. Calvin Ridley. Before I swear again, and this ridiculous suspension, bro. Let me get this off my chest. Let me get this off my chest. The NFL has suspended guys for beating women 2 games in 6 games. And this guy gets a year for gambling $1,500 on FanDuel.
Yeah, or wherever it was, yeah.
What the F is that, man? This is the NFL again, showing how ridiculously stupid these senior management people are. You obviously prioritize gambling and not your bottom line and nothing that has to do with the integrity of the game. You prioritize that more than domestic abuse.
And it's funny though, because Calvin Ridley is a star receiver in this league.
Yeah.
And most of the time, those are the guys they take it easy on in certain situations like this. I do agree it needed a suspension, but probably not a year.
No.
But at the same time, Ridley, just use someone else's account, man. Why even using your own? But to me, you look at it and go, okay, well, what are they doing? They're trying to keep the integrity of the sport intact. But like you say, guys are beating their wives, guys are beating kids with switches or tree brand
with weapons.
Yeah. And they don't get knocked out that long. So a year suspension for gambling when the NFL is constantly promoting it, throughout games and all that stuff. So
and the investigation proved that he has no way did it threaten the integrity of the games or the games that his teams were in or that his injury, so this whole season long whatever suspension is absolutely stupid in my opinion.
Quite the investigation. Have they investigated Stephen Ross yet for trying to pay Brian Flores?
No, he's $1 billion owner.
Yeah, okay. So that's not happening then.
No, they got to protect him.
Oh, okay.
Despite the fact that throwing games absolutely ruins the integrity of the game.
Oh, big time. And that's the funny thing is teams are doing it every year. No matter if your coach or your owner is paying you or not, teams are doing it.
Let's put the young guys in.
Yeah. It makes no sense. You're going to be, if the coach knows they're going to be there another year or something, they will throw the rest of the season to try and get that first rounder for sure.
Absolutely. So yeah, that suspension just pisses me off, brother. To be honest with you, it's absolutely ridiculous, and just another symbol of the NFL and their money and their capitalist billion-dollar industry. But I will be watching every Sunday. Can you believe it?
That's a problem, eh?
I know. It's like a bad addiction, eh? Yeah. It's like, let's go. Anyways,
terrible bunch of shit. It's on. I'm going to sit down and watch.
Oh my goodness, it's the worst. Who's playing? Detroit and nobody. I'll watch.
Exactly.
I got to get off it. More CFL. Let's talk about the CFL. Let's talk about the Bombers just a little bit before we go. Bro, Sergio Castillo. Do you remember the kicking troubles we had at the beginning of the year?
Yeah.
Weren't those stressful? Oh my gosh. And now the kicker leaves.
Yeah, I'd like to see what kind of contract he ended up getting from the Elks there, because I know we're hard pressed, but man, like you would think Walters is looking at this going, it was our only weak point basically last year, right?
Yeah.
It's like, so, and then once it was there, I mean, without Castillo, we probably don't end up winning that Grey Cup. He ended up kicking 5 field goals. Yeah.
MVP of the Grey Cup.
The real MVP of it.
Absolutely.
5 field goals, man. Like, I'm interested to see the contract, but I don't know why you ended up letting him go. If you think what Leggio is going to get better from last year, or what was his name? Mortada.
Oh, no, don't say that name. Don't say that name. It's like, and obviously there's no loyalty there, but I can see just Chris Jones, hey, we'll give you $200,000 to be a kicker. None of it guaranteed. You gonna come? And he signed it.
Yeah. We're going to cut you at some point, though.
I hope so. And I hope the Bombers find someone else and don't sign him back. There's just a loyalty there that's not there with Castillo. And fine, he helped us win the Grey Cup, but if that's the way he's going to be, goodbye.
Maybe that's the thing, because he was only there for so many games, right?
Yeah, there's not like Big Hill or Jeff Coat or Jefferson, who's been there, been leadership and not part of the culture, developing that culture. So exactly what you say, maybe. Any which way. And speaking of the Edmonton Elks, they revealed a new logo. Any thoughts on their logo, bro?
The double E?
Like, really?
Isn't that just going back?
Oh, but they don't have the circle around it, bro.
Oh.
They have these cool bold fonts around it, and there's a racing stripe down the middle.
Ooh, nice. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I got not much to say on it. It doesn't, like, I don't know. You left the elk symbol after one season and you went back to the double E. I don't know. Why didn't you just stay?
Tell me you want to be the Eskimos without telling me you want to be the Eskimos.
Well, no, you said they took away the circle, so
you couldn't even put the horns in the E's.
Yeah, that would have been.
You're saying put the horns in the E's, like this.
The top, yeah, something different.
Look, I thought of that in 2 minutes, bro. I thought of that in 2 minutes. Any which way, as much as I love what Victor Queed's done in Edmonton, I think this is a big time failure.
Yeah,
they relented to the fans' demands and whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry, bro. That's what I got to say about that. Let's move on to my favorite segment, Benny's Brickhead of the Week. Who you got, brother?
Oh, you know what? I'm going to give it to Jack Eichel.
Jack Eichel?
Yeah, for his poor attitude that he had the other night in Buffalo, in his return to Buffalo, in a 3-1 loss for the Golden Knights, which the third goal was an empty netter that he got beat on, or beat to the puck for. So
yeah,
he was a bit of a sore loser in that game. I get it. They didn't end off well with Buffalo management and all that stuff. And fans are always going to stick with their team. They're, owners too. It's the owners, it's a team, it's all together. Yeah. Once a player is gone, for the most part, they're going to get trashed. And when it ends the way it did with Eichel and Buffalo, it's going to be. So his quote was kind of comical. He says, "This is about the loudest I've heard this place ever. Really, it only took 7 years and me leaving for them to get into the game."
I didn't hear this quote.
Yeah. Like, this was after the game. It's like, dude, like, sore loser, though. It's like, come on, man. Like, when Buffalo got you, they were hoping, okay, better time for better things. We didn't get McDavid, but at least we got Eichel, and we're on our way to bigger and better things. And it didn't work out, unfortunately. Yeah. So they're going to be pissed, especially when you say, hey, I want to get out of here, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So my Brickhead of the Week is for Jack Eichel and for being a sore loser.
He's still a young baby.
He is, but
he's still a young kid.
He's in Vegas right now and they're losing. So I know they got lots of injuries, but
a young kid in Vegas. Good luck with that. Worked really well. Let's move on to Eat That Hot Dog. We got one hot dog to give out this week, and this is going out to Mark Stahl, who played his 1,000th game, and even more impressive, the Stahl brothers, Eric, Jordan, Mark. Is that right, Jordan?
Yep.
Yes. The Stahl brothers, the first trips of brothers to all play 1,000 games. I know they can be annoying to play against, but that's quite the feat. The Sutter brothers didn't even do that. So hot dog goes out to Mark Stahl and Jordan and Eric. Brother, do you have anything to say to the people?
Yeah, no. Go Jets, go. We're going to the playoffs, right? We'll see. Have a good week.
And in the words of John Calipari, it's not just about working hard. It's about working together. You have to care more about the team than you do about yourself. Be kind, be safe, help each other out. Hey, friends and neighbors, don't forget to check us out online on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Ray Benny Sports. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. Leave a like, leave a comment, tell us what you think.